Next up, Kronos, preparing for tomorrow's diverse workforce. Jamie Hoskins is the Director of Sales for Kronos Public Sector on the West Coast, where he manages a team of sales executives in their pursuit of human capital and workforce management. SaaS engagements in the state, local, and K-12 space. For more than 20 years, he has worked closely with executives to help them effectively align their business requirements and strategies to solutions covering the spectrum from on-premise, cloud, to full outsourcing. Today, Jamie will be speaking to us about how workforce management is driving employee engagement.
Perfect. Thank you, Russ. We're going to talk about workforce management driving employee engagement and kind of how that relates to not only this transformation that's taken place in the industry, but how you might parlay that into potential solutions. So at Kronos, we believe that great companies and governments are powered by great people. It's kind of the cornerstone of everything that we're developing upon these days, our solutions, as well as the culture inside our organization. So we know that the struggle for talent continues within the government, and we know that we've got a process that's taking place where we have government has identified talent as the primary area, as well as cost competitiveness and workforce productivity. So we know that those areas are there and the employees are key in the process. But here's the tsunami that I just came on the trails of another session that we hosted. With all of the baby boomers being sunsetted in the marketplace through retirement, we've got a shift in the paradigm where by 2025, millennials are going to take up 75% of the workforce. So as government leaders, we need to accommodate that. We need to be thinking about that and what tools are we going to need to change their lives. So the qualified and skilled candidates are slim. 56% of the skilled workforce do not match the changes of the company strategy. 45% when hiring for certain jobs say there are too few qualified candidates, and 43% of candidates lack of skilled talent in one or more of the company's lanes. So millennials look at things from a little bit different perspective, and I can speak passionately to this. I have two, 26 and 23, both in the workforce, happily, off the payroll. But one of the characteristics is, what they want right now. They want a work-life balance. They want that flexibility. They want to be able to make a difference in all of their activities that they do. They want to feel valued, and they want instant gratification. So that's the other element. And from mine specifically, they just want to know what the path is for their advancement. So keep that in mind. So you're probably already addressing some of this today, and we're here to counsel you and just help you build upon that. The HR transformation, you might be looking at HRIS systems, HRMS systems, talent management, performance management products, and recruitment products. But that transformation is taking place right now beneath your feet. So what are we going to do to optimize our current talent, attract and retain, and drive business results, and continuously improve? So how do you do it? We're dealing with this need for transformation, both from the salaried as well as your hourly employees. So looking at that, what they're doing every day, where they work and live, and with the tools that they're familiar with. So it's all about employee engagement. Gallup did a study recently, and they kind of broke it up into 3 different groups: engaged employees, not engaged employees, and disengaged. And what does that mean? Well, only 13% of employees are actually engaged. 63% of the employees are not engaged, and 24% are disengaged workers. There's an offshoot to that. Your safety incidents are higher as a result. Your retention is much less as a result, and your absenteeism is increased as a result. So we're starting to help you think about ways to engage. As we look at hourly workers, what matters most to them? Pay me accurately. They want some time off, spend with their family. They want flexible schedules. They want proper training to do their job, help through work-life issues, equal opportunities, managers that have time, and visibility into their work impact with the company or organization. And they're part of the solution. So you look across your enterprise today, what tools do you have available to you? And we've kind of broken it up into 4 key categories. They want to be kept safe, they want to be given flexibility, they want to be treated fairly, and they want to be empowered. So this is just an example. Don't schedule me for jobs that I'm not trained for or qualified for. Don't overwork me if I need appropriate rest is factored in there as well. Properly staff my lines. So there's tools that are available to you that will be able to monitor that, whether it's performance, skills, certifications that are required. So when you're filling these positions that that those criteria has been met. Don't overburden them. They need the rest. Being able to look at the schedules, look at the labor utilization, have alerts when you're hitting these thresholds, and be notified of that, and be able to manage your workforce accordingly. Properly staff my shifts so I'm not overburdened. Again, the same way, look at productivity, get various insights from that data, and even have ability to do call-out features if you have shifts that you need to fill in an automated way, based on minimum staffing levels, based on certain criteria. Help me as part of the safety solution. Again, being able to have opportunities at some of our clocks or other devices out there to capture some survey data, get their feedback, get their input, make sure compliance is met. Giving them the flexibility, giving them the appropriate time off, and great access to technology that lets them make time off requests, to look at available schedules, and to pass it through for automatic approvals, quick approvals as well. Work-life balance, FMLA tracking, be able to appropriately manage those incidents and provide them that flexibility as needed. Visibility to open shifts, the same scenario, being able to use applications and technology to see what's available to them based on overtime opportunities and creating transparency throughout the organization. Flexibility to do shift swaps. That's what we talked about, kind of an automated fashion to be able to look at someone's profile. If there's an open shift, to be able to fill that, let's say like in a public safety area, for example, be able to fill that based on those criteria, minimum staffing levels, and manage vacation bidding and things of that nature. Treat me fairly, pay me accurately, utilizing that same process all the way from the time capture all the way through the payroll process. Equal opportunities for overtime, again, and I was speaking to really being able to monitor the fairness of that overtime allocation and making sure that you have transparency so everyone can see that. Applying all the policy procedures, whether it's union rules, whether it's other compliance-related, regulatory, and giving them ownership over managing their time, utilizing mobile applications, and giving a manager, for example, being empowered, give a manager who invested in this performance, show me how to work impacts the company, enable me to be part of an improved process. And again, provide opportunities for them to provide ideas through these devices, whether it's from the clock itself or a phone, and give the manager who's invested in their performance, again, being able to look at specific metrics that are available to them, the KPIs, and be able to manage that as a manager. And showing how the impacts the company, work impacts the company, those are the KPIs and metrics as well. All on a dashboard, simple, easy to utilize. And looking further as improvements within the process, lean organization, being able to use that data that's consolidated there to accommodate that. So all in all, from end to end, whether it's time capture, scheduling, all the way through to the end process, you've got the abilities there to manage the employees with the appropriate tools. So again, we believe that great organizations are powered by great people, so be great. And our example of that is we kind of put our words in action. Our CEO, tremendous high rating out there on Glassdoor. Response rate is super, 90%. Everybody's proud to work at Kronos. But that's the types of metrics that you want to make sure that you're driving and the culture you're driving within your organization. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Jamie.